What is happening, everybody? This is Fabulous B with Florida Metal Radio. Tried to get these guys on earlier today. Earlier. We're running about 30 minutes late tonight. I'm really sorry about that. But tonight we have a special guest called the Valley Ritual. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good, man. I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. Now that we got the technical difficulties out of the way, let's see. Let me see if I can actually hear you guys through YouTube. Can you guys hear everything okay on your ends or no?
We can hear you fine on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So you guys want to go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourselves? How you guys got together, how you got your start, some of your musical influences?
Sure. So this is Manny. I currently play bass, and I'm the vocalist. But a couple years ago, like 2017 time frame into 2018, I started this project as sort of a bedroom thing. I just had some ideas for songs. I had a bit of a concept in mind, and I had some recording experience. So I sat down and laid down the 6 tracks that are our first EP called Remembrance, and that came out in March of 2018. From there, I knew I wanted it to be more of a live thing. I felt like it was something I really wanted to share with the area. So I reached out on Craigslist, which is always a really safe choice, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I met a random dude online named Michael at a Tibby's for lunch one day, and it turned out he wasn't an axe murderer. Instead, he murders with his axe. So
Sweet.
We started playing together. Yeah, it worked out pretty well. And from there, he had some other connections from some other local bands that he's played in the past, and that's how we met Miles, another guitarist, and Chris, our drummer.
Okay, cool. So you guys have been around essentially since, what, late 2017 or early 2018?
At least as a full act, we've been together since like late 2018, early 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, how old are you guys? Because some of the stuff that I've been listening to you guys, I found you guys on Spotify, and I was listening most of the day today. But you guys have a lot of, dark influences, almost like death and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Miles is the baby of the group. How old are you, Miles?
I'm 26.
Miles 26. But he's the youngest out of all of us, if that puts it in perspective at all. The rest of us are married.
Right.
And we're the older guys. We're the older guys in the scene probably at this point. But you definitely hit the nail on the head with, being a fan of death, being a fan of some older Sabbath and stuff. But, those are things that I pulled in when I was first writing this stuff. And these newer songs like Descent that just came out in January, I think is more of an example of all of us pooling our influences together.
Absolutely.
We've got different backgrounds, so now that's showing more in our music.
Right on. Like I said, if any of the listeners out there haven't heard you guys, I seriously, I think that you guys should go out there and find them on Spotify, and I guess you guys are on iTunes as well.
Yep. Yeah, we should be really just about anywhere you can stream music.
Okay. So yeah, definitely go out and listen to the to the songs, because like I said, man, is I'm a big fan of like Opeth and Whitechapel and stuff like that, and I found there's a lot of stuff that was reminiscent of both bands, and I'm like, okay, I think I found one of my locals that I'm gonna start going to shows and stuff with, but yeah, you guys definitely have my support 100%.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much, and glad to hear the comparison to Opeth too. Big fan.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely a nice surprise, hearing that. But so let's see here. Now, who else in the band? I mean, we've got you obviously, and who else is there?
My name's Miles. I'm the lead guitarist of the Valley Ritual. Started back in 2018, 2019 through Chris, who introduced me to Manny and Michael, like Manny was saying. So, yeah, it's been a great journey thus far. That's me.
Okay.
Michael, I play rhythm guitar, and Chris is on
And
the other
and my name's Chris. I play drums.
Okay. So, I mean, Chris, with some of your styles, listening to some of the beats and everything and some of the songs, I mean, who are some of your big influences? I mean,
Yeah, so some of my favorite influences, my main drummers that I really like are like Thomas Prison, Chris Adler, Joey Jordanson, Jay Weinberg, Thomas Hagee, Danny Carey, pretty much all the top metal drummers, and some like weird kind of artsy drummers. I also have a degree in jazz performance, so I like, like Dave Weckl, Steve Gadd, and I try to use elements of that within metal as well, like little jazzy runs and stuff. So
right on. So yeah, you do definitely. I mean, you can hear the technicality in there. So we've got
well, thank you.
we've got you on drums. We've got Manny on bass. And I'm sorry. Yeah,
Michael and Miles on guitar.
Michael and Miles. What are some of you guys' influences?
I go for more of the progressive stuff between the Buried and me, Khalid and Cambria, things like that. I'm trying to work that more into our sounds.
Okay.
This is my as far as some of my like influences, I'd definitely say that David Gilmour is up there as like one of those guitarists that just continues to carry through even through like a progressive genre. This is Hendrix as well, one of the guys, one of the greats. And I try to just think about how they play when we get into the zone here, and try to be as expressive as possible.
Okay.
I don't really come from as much of a metal background as these guys come from, so this is like for me stepping into a whole new territory, and it's been one of the most fulfilling like movements in my musical expression and growth.
You can always tell a music lover, because that they'll come from whatever background to pull together a sound such as what you guys have. And I can tell that, I mean, the way that you guys express yourselves through the music, is quite moving, and you can tell that that there is a lot of thought, and a lot of I guess dedication to the craft that you guys are putting down. So like I said, I completely and totally appreciate everything that you guys do. Now we've got the new single that you guys just came out with, The Descent. Can you guys describe the thought process of that song, and if it has any kind of meaning behind it?
Sure. I feel that one. So the way at least I've always had to write is I've always had to have some sort of concept in the back of my mind to help me sort of guide my writing. So there is a literal story that we're trying to put together with this song and the other 5 that we've got planned for this year. And this is like a science fiction style story of going into an anomalous part of space and the disaster that comes with that. So this is literally about a crash landing on an unknown planet.
Right on. Yeah, like I said, whenever you're a music lover and you know that bands such as yours, you guys don't just to write. You guys do tell like a literal story, and a lot of people don't understand that about metal. Is that there is a lot of storytelling within the lyrics and the music. And you'll definitely find that with you guys, and so. You said that you've got 5 more songs coming out this year. Is that going to be part of an EP that people can pick up, or?
The plan right now is, how things have changed so much with modern music and how releases work. It's almost as if the album is dying. So we decided we wanted to go the route of releasing at least a few singles over maybe about half of the year. And then by the end of the year, releasing them together with an additional 3 for a whole EP, just so that there's something fresh and new for us to share with everyone as we write things and put it together, instead of making everyone wait the whole year before we give you something new.
That's actually a really cool concept, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys as fans will appreciate that. So, I mean...
Yeah, from an engagement...
Go ahead.
From an engagement point of view, too, when we've released music over the long term, I mean, and that's a very parochial expression, because we're still so new as a group. We're able to cover more ground and keep people interested, as Manny said, by releasing those singles, and kind of show people which direction the album is growing towards. Because the cool thing is, when I came on, we had Remembrance completed, and it was more so learning every part and playing it live. And what it's become now is where we get the opportunity to play these songs like Descent. That was actually something that we all crafted when, initially it was like a 5-minute song, and we bumped it up to 6, maybe 6.5 minutes by the end of it, just with the additions of everybody's part. And hopefully, as we're writing these new songs, they continue to grow as well. We're working on one called Stellar Cartography, and it's grown by another minute or so just by additions to the different breakdowns that we're intending to have, and really pushing ourselves as musicians. It's cool to watch each of us become more involved, like you said, in the craft. So that's really cool.
That is really cool, and a lot of people usually cut off a song at 3 to 4 minutes, thinking that people don't really listen after a certain amount of time. But like I illustrated earlier, there's a lot of people that don't that there's that storytelling that's involved in it. So the longer songs, you get more of a message from it, and so. I personally love the long songs. Like I said, listened to Descent a couple times today, and I'm picking up the vibe that you guys were actually conveying. So, now, are you guys planning on doing any tours or anything like that?
So since we are the older dudes in the scene, we've all got jobs that we can't get far away from for too long a period of time. But, we dream about that. If we ever were presented the opportunity to travel and share music in other places, we want to. But right now we're keeping it pretty local within Florida, and just starting here and trying to grow a fan base here.
Gotcha. Now, I will tell you this much. There's... I've been, for this particular show here, I've been contacted from different bands from around the world. That so much so that I'm going to have to start my own. I'm going to have to start kind of like a spin-off show, Florida Metal Radio Global, which is going to include a lot of bands from Norway and Peru and Brazil and those kind of bands that actually want to come to Florida to tour. So by having you guys on here and hearing your sound compared with some of their sounds, I honestly think that, there's a good possibility that you guys, somebody might be hearing something of yours, and then, hey, we're reaching out to you, you guys want to go on a tour with us. That's I mean, a good possibility. So I mean, I would love to see you guys live. So if you guys have any live shows, please reach out, because I want to come and see you guys, play on stage.
I mean, I appreciate that very much. And we're playing soon. We'll be over at the Haven on March 13th with Wolves at Your Door, Against Us All, and Backstabber, and Fabricate, all just phenomenal acts from the area. A really good local showcase. So, yeah, love to see you at the Haven, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's March 13th. And I think the door, I think I saw something on you guys' page where the doors open early that night, correct?
Yeah, I think it's 7. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So at the Haven, on Aloma, in Orlando, that's the Valley Ritual. You guys go and check them out. I mean, are you guys going to be going on early, or are you going to, I mean, do you know the lineup yet?
Well, we got a full lineup. We are going on first.
Oh, you are going on
we're
first?
Opening it. Yep.
Okay.
7:30. It opens at 7:30.
7:30. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely be there early that night. So, yeah, just like you guys, I have a day job too, and responsibilities and all that kind of good crap. So.
Yeah, I mean, we hope to see you there, man. It should be fun. And we got some new additions to the stage too, some new surprises that you'll see when we perform there. So we can't wait to have you out.
Yeah. Now, do you guys, I mean, do anything for your stage shows, or I mean, are you guys pretty in tune with your instruments whenever you're up on stage?
You run that by me one more time. What was that?
Yeah, basically, I mean, we've had a couple bands, come through that are more of a theatrics whenever they're on stage. Now, are you guys more on the theatrics side, or are you more letting your instruments do the storytelling?
Yeah,
I think it depends.
Yeah,
because like for our Halloween show, like, I mean, me personally, like, I dripped blood from my mouth. I used some blood capsules and stuff, got all bloody as part of, like, the remembrance thing of being a vampire and all that kind of stuff. So it really, like, depends on the situation where we are, what we're at, and what we decide to do. A lot of it's kind of on the fly.
Okay, right on.
Yep.
All right, so that's pretty cool. So now, you said you're going to be playing at the Haven. Are there any other shows that are going to be played after that, or you guys are going to stick to the studio for a little bit?
The next one after that, we are going to take, I think, a good month and a half, 2 months to work on some other stuff. But then May 8th, I believe, we're super lucky to be opening up for Power Glove, which is a super cool band that does a combination of video game songs and old cartoon songs. We're fans of them for quite a while, so it's cool to be sharing the stage with them.
Dude, Power Glove, I know Power Glove all too well. They're definitely a fun band to see live. That's pretty far out. I mean, where exactly you guys are going to be playing for that show, or has that been announced yet?
That's going to be at Soundbar on May 8th.
At the Soundbar in downtown Orlando?
Yep, that's the one.
Okay. Awesome, guys. So is there did you want me to go ahead and play Descent for everybody here, or did you have another song in mind that you wanted to play tonight?
We've been really excited about Descent. We've been sharing every chance we get, and that's how we kick off the year. So, yeah, we'd love for you to play that. No,
absolutely, guys. All right, so what's going to happen is usually whenever I play the audio, I have to let the call go. But I just wanted to say, thank you guys so much for being on the show tonight. I mean, you guys, I mean, like I said, are leaps and bounds above, some of the bands that are, in Florida. Like I said, with your musical storytelling and stuff like that, I think it's a great thing what you guys are doing, and you've got a new fan in me.
We appreciate that.
Thank you, man. Yeah, thanks for having us. That's awesome.
Absolutely, guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play Descent by the Valley Ritual. And once again, thanks, guys, for being on. You guys have a great night.
You too, man.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, you too.
All right, bye, guys. All right, everybody, this is Descent by Valley Ritual. And I hope you guys enjoy as much as I did the first time I heard it. All right, everybody. That was The Valley Ritual. One hell of a band right out of Central Florida, out in the Orlando area. And like I said, like we had just talked about, make sure to go and see them at the Haven. You're not going to want to miss these guys live. The great sound. Like I said before, you guys are going to love it. All right, everybody. Well, I think that is going to wrap up this episode of the show tonight. Tomorrow, let's see. I think I might have a twofer tomorrow night. Let me see. Is it tomorrow night the twofer? Twofer Tuesday. Nope. Tomorrow night is Atlas, another very technical band you guys are also going to really enjoy. Another band that I had an opportunity to listen to and really enjoy there as well. So, as the immortal Ricky Rackman once said, keep one foot in the gutter and one hand in the air. Hell yeah, keep it metal.